Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Beyond the Summit broadcast. Today we're going to start with our best of 3 Evo Geniuses versus wow. Alright, let's redo that today. Welcome back to our Beyond the Summit presentation of a best of 3 series between Evo Geniuses and Navi. I am Luminous, a guy that can't speak English, and joining me today alongside it is none other than Brock Lee. Brock, we don't have you too much on Beyond the Summit. In fact, we don't ever have you at all. So, what do you got for us today? What do you know about the matchup between EG and Navi?
What do I know about it? Well, I don't know.
Did I put you on a difficult spot, like right from the get-go?
Well, I'm just interested in the draft because it's a Skywrath first ban, and I actually haven't seen that before, so...
Yeah, Skywrath Mage was actually picked up by Team Liquid the other day. I believe Korok played it, and it seems like the kind of tier 1 teams has been kind of using it in their practice sessions. And to be honest, I feel like he's a very potent solo mid. I think most teams have been playing it like that. I think some teams are also experimenting him as playing it as a support, because Concussive Shot is a spell that's very, very reminiscent of Venomancer Gale, level 1, 40% slow, compared to the 50% slow, which is very comparable, but the cast range of Concussive Shot comes in from, what, 1600 range, so most teams are exploiting that really great initiation range, and of course the burst damage that's provided by the ultimate, but that's their hero there, as he is banned out on the first ban by EG. Same thing with Magnus. Meanwhile, Navi's going to be banning out both Wisp and Batrider, so despite Nyx Assassin and whatnot are still in the pool, Lifestealer is going to be the first pickup here, and this hero has been doing a lot of work. No matter which team's been picking it, he's just working well, really, really well, and seems like Keeper Light and Nyx Assassin is going to be the reply here.
Yeah, this could be a really strong tri-lane from Navi. They can go aggressive or defensive. They already have really good anti-push. Nyx will give them really good map presence in the mid-game too. Any
kind of danger of Lifestealer kind of, I don't know how to put it this way, but defecates on these two support heroes. They really can't do anything because generally Spike Carapace is Nyx Assassin's defensive tool. Blinding Light is Keeper of Light's defensive tool against kind of late game DPS. With a single Rage, Lifestealer doesn't really care. I guess that speaks true for most other support heroes, but I guess like SC, for example, has a Purge that will go through the Rage. It seems like it's going to be difficult for these two supports to deal with Lifestealer and whichever other hero that EG is going to pick up here. Yeah,
well, Keeper shouldn't really ever be in range of Lifestealer. Like, if Lifestealer can get on Keeper, then I think he's already out of position.
Fair point.
Carapace should be fine because Nyx can't solo him in like the laning phase. So even if they go on him and he has Carapace, he can stop the other people from hitting him. So he should be okay too. Plus with the Cauda Blast coming in, they can turn it around. So I don't think it'll be a problem. Plus if they would have left Nyx in the pool, then they could have, EG could have taken Lifestealer Nyx, which would just be so hard to deal with in the mid game. Like, the ganks would be ridiculous.
Yeah, Vendetta Life Bombs is no joke, but they will have their own kind of quote-unquote Lifestealer bombs here with Nature's Prophet. Could be teleporting to drop a big one. That's going to be most likely Sexy Bambo's hero. If you guys haven't been following EG's roster change, Sexy Bambo is now replacing Milk on the roster. Milk is moving to a coaching position. And let's see how that's going to bolster their chances in the TI3 run, as they're currently in the Western qualifiers, which I believe is going to be casted by GD Studio starting next week. So if you guys are getting ready for TI3 excitement, tune into GD Studio next week. Rubik is going to be the third pickup here. Speaking of TI3, tickets go on sale 10 a.m., which is approximately, I want to say, 105 minutes from this exact moment on the Dota 2 store. So if you go to dota2.com/store and get a URL page that you can't load, you got the right place, because everybody else and their mother is trying to buy a TI2 ticket or TI3 ticket. So good luck in buying that ticket. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin is going to get the pickup here by Navi.
You know, I think it's funny the way that Fearon like disappeared for a while. There's still some teams that played him, like Alliance would play him, Fnatic EU would play him. And now he's just kind of back into like a first round pick again. Or he was really situational for a long time. So I don't know what's up with that. He never stopped being good. Just the fact that you have like a global ultimate, a really good pushing, like obviously you can summon trees, which is great. Especially against Coddle, because he blasts your wave, then you just make trees and you have a new creep wave. But also he has a global teleport, so I don't know if this hero will ever not be really good. Just by virtue of having a TP.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like Dota 2 for the longest time, or Dota in general for the longest time, the picks and bans are always been very trendy. I think Templar Assassin is another great example of that. She was really popular right after TI2 when a lot of teams saw the power of her being used by a lot of the winning teams at TI2. and she kind of disappeared for a month or two, and now I think she's having a resurgence. I think a lot of this is, teams realizing how to deal with other teams, Nature's Prophet, for example, or Templar Assassin, and then teams are finding new ways to play it. I think Nature's Prophet had a resurgence of the Shadowblade build, and it became really popular when Trixie used it to almost perfection, I want to say. And now, again, a very, very stable pick. I wonder if that's going to be the same here for Lifestealer. I feel like he's going to get a nerf very, very soon before in the 6.78 patch that's going to be coming out. I think he has to be nerfed, right? Because this hero is constantly first pick, first man.
I don't know if he needs nerfed. It's so hard to say, because if you nerf him even a little bit, he may just fall out completely and never be picked.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
I think really maybe you make Rage a second or two shorter
5
cast time,
seconds
or
remaining.
maybe increase the cooldown so it's not up so frequently. Because that's really, I think that's the biggest issue.
EG's turn to
Yeah,
fight.
and that's why he's always first picked up. The fact that he gets 6 seconds of free BKB and, of course, free attack speed to boot. It's really, really a bargain. You can't really ask for more.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll leave that difficult job to Ice Rock in terms of balance and whatnot. And let's actually go back to the second stage of ban here. Darkseer and Clockwork is going to be the ban for EG. Meanwhile, Leshrac and Puck for Na'Vi. So the fact that right now we have Na'Vi securing their mid solo, Templar Assassin is going to be going mid. And there's really no powerful mids such as like Magnus, Puck. Is Queen of Pain in consideration? That matchup between TA and Quabus, I want to say it really comes down to skills. It depends on whether Quabus pulled a Parasentry Ward, but it's definitely a hero that they could use, and it synergizes very beautifully with Lifestealer as well. So your thoughts on a mid matchup?
EG's turn to pick.
I don't think the sentries are really too big of a deal for Clop. They help, but it's not really necessary. I'm not sure what EG is going to do with it. They could do Clop, but their team is, I don't know. It's scary to go against the TA and not have reliable disables. Like right now they have Open Wounds, which will slow, but she can still blink out of that. And then they have Rubik Lift, which is, I mean, that's alright. But if TA gets a good start and you don't have stuns, she will just steamroll your team. Like if she were to pick up a
5
haste rune
seconds
at, say, like 10 minutes and rotate to a lane, you could see everybody die. So,
That's definitely true. So we'll see if a solo mid's being picked up that has a reliable stun. And Na'Vi bans out the Beastmaster, so I think they're right with you there.
Puck as well was a really good ban.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see how EG gonna respond here. Not many other actually solo mid that has very reliable stun. I think Stormus, you could count that one as a reliable stun, but he really have a tough time against TA on the mid lane. So, I mean, Demon does have a very wide hero pool, but who knows who's gonna play mid, right? Jail plays mid sometimes, Demon plays mid sometime. It's gonna be a Juggernaut so far here, and Juggernaut's gonna be a hero that works out fairly decently against Keeper of Light because of the healing ward. Generally, you find it a very difficult time to eat continuous amount of Illuminates, but healing ward puts you in a very, very good health and does give you some very decent kind of mid-game, early-game burst damage as well.
Yeah. Man, that's a really strong push by EG. I think they might, I'm not sure who the last pick might be, maybe a Chen, but I think they might be going
10 seconds
sort of,
remaining.
maybe not all in push, but pretty heavy push, because they banned the Alchemist. And if they had
5
Alchemist and
seconds
Keeper
remaining.
for Na'Vi, then you can't push ever, really. You have to kill people first.
Yeah,
And Juggernaut is kind
Acid
of
Spray is
gimmicky,
pretty good.
you know?
As
Like
long as
I don't
push.
really think you pick Jug unless you're trying to do a push heavy lineup.
Well, I can't disagree with you there, so we'll wait for the last pick up here. I mean, Juggernaut can actually go mid, sort of. I've seen him mid in very selected matchup. I've seen him go mid against Queen of Pain. I'm not sure how he matches up against Templar Assassin. On one hand, you could say, well, I could spin and blow away all of your refraction charges. Another, you say Templar Assassin just has way more base damage than anybody else, so...
Yeah, it's really dangerous if you try to spin on TA, because she can just man fight you and crush you, really. Like, you have to be really careful.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait for the last pickup here for the Evil Geniuses side. Meanwhile, Na'Vi needs a carry, needs an off lane, or offensive tri lane. Gyrocopter is still in the pool, but they're gonna go with the Clinks.
Oh, man.
EG's turn
The Funnic
to
hero
pick.
right there.
Yep, it's a Funnic hero. In terms of the interaction in this game, the silence is going to be absolutely crucial. It's going to be good against Nature's Prophet, Lifestealer before he pops his Rage, Juggernaut before he pops his Speed.
He can kill every hero on that team.
Yeah, and you talked about the lack of disables so far. They don't have it for Templar Assassin. They don't have it for Klings just yet. I mean, this last pickup has to do a lot of work. And I'm not even sure what is a mid hero now that could actually have that much disable, unless we want to go back to, I want to say mid in 2010, where they pick up things like Shadow Shaman, where they pick up Lion as a norm.
Lion
But
too.
yeah, but right now those heroes are not exactly your mid heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
So we'll see what EG picks up. I'm not too sure.
5
It's hard because
seconds
EG,
remaining.
they're okay, but they need to win their laning phase. And they, oh wow, Enigma. What a hero.
Navi's
Well,
turn to pick.
what the hell is the laning phase now? Are we gonna see Juggernaut straight up go mid? I think so, right? That's the most
Yeah.
logical one.
They could do Nyx mid too. But I don't know if that would be as good.
Like a
It's
dual
pre-
lane mid, Rubik Nyx,
Uh,
or just straight up
if
Nyx
they
solo.
dual lane, I think they do Rubik Juggernaut because Rubik Nyx is never going to kill TA.
Sure. Okay.
10
And
seconds
you're
remaining.
not even going to stop her from farming either.
And we're gonna see Sand being the last pickup here for
Oh,
Navi.
sweet. Farming Sand King, cool.
Yep. Farming Sand King has been around for a while. Oh, actually, maybe not farming Sand King. Maybe it's going to be farming Nyx Assassin. Kuroki, generally the 4 player here for Navi, going to pick up the Sand King. So we definitely have somewhat of a funky draft, and I don't have any complaint with this. This last pickup on the Navi, or excuse me, Evil Geniuses side, a little bit reminiscent of Dignitas, which by the way we'll be playing against Alliance a little bit later on in this best of 3. Kind of really want to rise as much as possible. Fear will be playing the Enigma, so most likely on that 4 row. Jo is going to be on the Lifestealer on the 1 row. Bambo's going to be playing the 3, most likely on Nature's Prophet. Demon playing solo mid on the Juggernaut, and that's going to leave Beatus on the support Rubik.
Yep. I think it has to be
remaining.
Juggernaut solo mid. If they do a dual lane mid, then Juggernaut and Rubik will probably
5
just get behind. I
seconds
don't think they're going
remaining.
to kill Dendi, and Rubik would be better served stacking and pulling.
Meanwhile, here for the Navi side, seems like we do have a stand-in. AL Miracle is going to be playing the support here on Keeper of the Light. Puppy's going to be handling the Nyx Assassin. Kuroki on the Sand King. It is going to be a farming Sand King. Kuroki picks up a Stout Shield immediately. Kuroki, of course, one of the most versatile player there is. Plays almost every single row. And switches to a farming row. This game, no big deal. Funnick, like you said, going to be playing Bone Clings. Last but not least, Puppy on the Nyx Assassin. I need to turn off my Steam because some people is bothering me. Go away, EE. I was supposed to cast with Envy, and then he's busy on the road to TI4, something like that. All right, sorry for that distraction. Any kind of awkward or interesting starting item that we notice? I see that Clinks has been pulled a little bit of regen. Nothing too out of ordinary. I imagine he's gonna be soloing on the top lane. It seems like Dendi was also pulled a pair of Tango. So I feel for these support players nowadays. Not only do they have by their observers and chickens and all that stuff, they also have to pull the carry. Speaking of pull, look at Sexy Bambo. Holy Jesus, he is pulled like crazy.
He really is, huh?
Yeah.
Man, maybe I don't know. They could do a Furion mid. I think both teams want the Clinks versus the Furion, because I don't know why they would pull Furion like this unless they were ready for him to fight Clinks.
Meanwhile, Sexy Bambo doing a little bit of sneaky tactics, summons a pair of Treants across the ledge, and looks like he's going to be trying to do a little bit of pulling. I imagine the supports, well, actually the support's just straight up going to run away from it. It's going to be a 1v1 matchup, and even if you get this pull, I don't want to say it matters too much. It just secures a quick level 2 for Prophet. And to be honest, it's not like his laning capability gets insanely powerful after that level 2. My matchup that I really want to watch is this mid lane. You can see the Demon and Dendi just going right at it. The man fight, like you said, begins. She just
That
goes
didn't
right
take
on.
long.
Yeah, and like, it's hard to say that Demon's winning, right? The shield is blown away, but Dendi's shield is a little bit more spammable. I guess it really matters who gets a better rune control. And on that note, I suppose both heroes is really good at pushing the creep equilibrium, so it doesn't matter too much. We'll come down to the runes and whatnot. On this spot lane, who has the advantage here? Offensive tri-lane looks like Burrow Shrek immediately goes on Jo, and Monoburn is going to be the first spell to take. I think that's a very smart choice. You know you're not going to kill Jo very effectively, but burning his Mono will really allow you that level 2 kill when you find the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think Kuroki's gonna go Caustic Finale. If he does that, I think Navi will crush this lane. They might even kill Lifestealer.
Caustic Finale is whenever you get a last hit, it does a bit of a AoE magical damage to the entire kind of AoE around them. And of course, that will push a creep wave, but that also means that Jo will have a tougher time to walk into the lane and last hit unless he wants to suffer a ton of damage. So we'll see if that's what he's going to go for. Sandstorm is not going to be as necessary because he's not going to be worried about defense. But we'll see. Yeah, Caustic Finale, a very smart choice to pick up. We'll see once he turns level 2, though.
With Mana Burn, they could actually burn the Nyx so low that he can't rage, and as Caustic pushes, they could just dive him. And it also, if they're on tower, that opens up ganks for Enigma too. So this lane, I don't know, Navi could really pull ahead with this lane.
Ooh,
But-
meanwhile, Puppy though goes into the jungle, sees Sphere clearing up, and that mana burn just really stopped his jungle
That
altogether.
sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
that's so hard to deal with.
I mean, what do you do now as a jungler? You expect to kind of pull ahead slowly in terms of EXP, and just that one semi-harassment coming out from Puppy, that's it. Like, now he has to sit there, do nothing, and clear it up. Meanwhile, you can see the ward coverage from this particular angle. That's going to prevent at least the fear from coming in. We do see, I think, trying to do the same thing again. Puppy finds himself in this rune. I think he just want to burn fear one more time, but he's going to get there quick. Oh, no! He didn't get there quick enough, and looks like the conversion was able to... He's going to try to do a little bit of grubby tactics.
He's gonna take that Wildkin.
It's going to take at least one of the Eidolons, and he's going to be working perhaps on the other Eidolon as well. No, he backs up. He has already done enough harassment. But one thing that Demon could take advantage of on the Radiant side is like what he just did. Start going into that level 1 camp, spins it for a little bit of extra gold and EXP. It's a little bit of a nice catch-up tactic if you're falling a little bit behind to the Templar Assassin in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's smart.
Well, back in the bot lane here, we do see Kuroki did not go for the Caustic Finale, went for the completely standard Sandstorm build. That's going to give him a little bit more survivability. Although there's still some ways for the EG team to break it out. Of course, Telekinesis Lift, you could drop it on top and he'll get stunned. Back on the top lane though, Funnick looks like he's bullying Bambo a little bit. Bambo still has that salve. In fact, he's actually running right in. Bambo's got to be very careful. I think he might just die here if Funnick wants to use that Windwalk. No, he doesn't actually Windwalk just... No, he does. Excuse me. Bambo's going to go up on the high ground, salves up, and that salve's going to get cancelled. TP's out, and I think Funnick has completely done his job. Well, actually, Bambo just TP straight up back in the lane not to miss any EXP, but he's out of regen. He's out of mana. He's in a little bit of big trouble, I want to say.
Yeah. It's so hard to lane against Clinks. He even got pulled, and Clinks is still gonna pull ahead here.
In fact, that's one of the most pulled hero I've ever seen. Like, he got pulled about 200 gold, 250 gold war for regen, and he's still losing, so just a little bit kind of a nod towards the power of Clinks in a solo 1v1 matchup. In terms of the mid lane, the CS is 18 for Dandy, 15 for Demon, so Demon, as expected, still going to find some CS, but here comes Puppy doing a little bit of harass. A Mana Burn will be key. Are we going to see a little bit of lane rotation? It seems like all the supports here are on the mid lane for Na'Vi for whatever reason, and that means that Kuroki's going to have somewhat of a tougher time on the bot lane, but with Sandstorm, he should be just fine. He should be just fine in that lane.
Yeah. This might have been their plan all along, just to give Sand King a decent start, get him some farm. He's almost got his arcanes already, so he's doing fine. He's level 4, and now they can just go top and pull if they want to. They could even gank the Prophet. Looks like Puppy might try to.
Yeah, Puppy's actually just been roaming around the map for a while, and I'm very surprised he somehow found his level 2, right? And Bambo's hiding away in the jungle. A single Impale is going to mean the death of him. He's going to TP out. And to be honest, a Prophet TPing out like this, it's not exactly a big deal. He could just buy a TP scroll and basically get a free kill. But whatever item that he's rushing for, I imagine Hannah Midas, he's going to be severely delayed in doing so. So
They're going on bottom on Kuroki.
Kuroki's going to be a tougher kill because he could just do that. Sandstorm, he has the South Shield, he has the boots. I guess Beatus could lift a creep and toss it in the general area and stun him out of it. But
that's so risky though. You're just going to waste your mana.
He could just actually walk out and burrow strike away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jo and Beatus says, alright, we'll just hit on your tower.
Look at top. Look at top.
Oh, Puppy trapped in
a
here
big
by
play
trees,
right
and
there.
Bambo on the off lane somehow finds that first blood. Really nice pickup by Bambo. Meanwhile, teleport support was going to come in from Demon. Demon cancels that one. Didn't need to come in. Meanwhile, you can see Dandy traps are all just littered all over this mid lane. He's going to go right there. Demon's going to spin and go right back against Dandy. Dandy man fights, and Demon taking way more damage than he expected. He backs out as well. Meanwhile, back on the top lane, somehow Nature's Prophet got yet another kill. The trees are being surrounded here on Miracle. I hope you were watching that because mid was going crazy there on the moment as well. How did he actually get double kill on Funnick as well as
I actually missed it, but I'm pretty sure he was doing some tree body blocking. I don't know how else he was going to kill a Clinks like that. Windlock was probably cooldown, or maybe he's out of mana. Man, Bambo's going ham though. Those are big plays right now. He's got his Midas already too.
I
You
just
can't
talked
ask for
about how
anything
his
like
farm is going to get slowed down, but it doesn't matter when you're sexy Bambo making those beautiful plays. I think moments like these is where you want instant replay. I do apologize for missing that kill. And my only excuse for that is that mid has something going on. Meanwhile, we do see a Nyx Assassin. It seems like that's the way that Puppy's been playing for Na'Vi nowadays. He just like sacrifices early game level, just roam all over the map and make sure that each and every lane gets that small advantage and somehow pull ahead. But unfortunately, kind of fed FB on top, and really all the advantages now on EG's side.
Yeah, it's hard to say he's not spending his time well because he's level 2. But if you look at Fear, he doesn't have a soul ring yet. Looks like he's just now got it. He's level 4, almost level 5 at 6.5 minutes. That is not what you want to do with a farming Enigma. He can be level 7 by now.
Dendy comes out on the bot lane here with the haste ring. Talked about how do you actually stop this. Once the Templar Assassin, there's a lift, there's a trap to slow him down though. Yeah, he's gonna just die very easily. Jail may have face boot, but Dendy doesn't care. He has 522. Jail's gonna be dead, and guess what? Beatus, he's gonna be dead as well. Look at the swarm of Dire Hero right on top of Beatus. Beatus trying to juke, trying to survive as long as possible, trying to wear out that haste, and he's doing such a good job, but you can't outrun the haste. You can't outrun a Templar. And that's 2 kills for a couple of heroes. Rapnade comes in. Nice Sandstorm to dodge the last hit here from Kuroki. Puppey TP's out. And looks like Kuroki will TP out, follow through as well. But what a kill here by Dendy. He leaves a trap right here in one of the camp. If he steals a low jungler support hero, maybe like Fairy trying to jungle that one, he could come in easily and kill him as well. So great play from Dendy, pulling his team back. We'll quickly check out the gold graph here. It was a 2,000 gold lead for the Radiant, now back down to 1,000. And that kind of foray into the bot lane, that's going to give Dendy a quick blink dagger if that's what he wants. The fact that he gone for face boot, I want to incline to say that he's going to be going for drums. Generally, if you're going to be going for blink and face, your mana is going to be a little bit taxing. So I'm going to be expecting drums, even though blink dagger is still, I guess, the most standard build here on TA.
This is really smart. So Bamboo TP'd on tower and made the Coddle TP home, and now Fear came top and they're pushing the tower because they know Keeper can't be there. This is a really good play. It might get denied, but they're going to open up that jungle, which will give them a lot of opportunity to kill flanks, especially once Nyx is 6.
Very good job in terms of getting tower. Did you get the tower as well? Marigold's going to charge a blast. Fair comes in and heats the blast, eats 2 shot, and he's dead. I guess at the end of the day, having a tower trade for a support is still not bad. Meanwhile, though, you can see that Jail also putting a ton of pressure on the bot lane. Over the draft, you were kind of talking about how EG is going to be doing for a massive pushing strat. They're doing just that, right? It's not a really kind of in-your-face push with a Chen, but it's really taking advantage of the mobility through the jungle. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane here, it looks like Puppey just got shredded by Demon's Omni Slash and a spin to follow through. Spike Carapace would not do anything for that, and Demon finds himself a free kill there. He's going to be going for face drums, I imagine, as well. So kills are happening everywhere, and I gotta say, EG with that tower kill is definitely ahead by 3,000 gold. Dendy on the bot lane again, trying to find that kill. Nowhere to be found, though.
Fear's got a smoke. I think once he gets whole, he's gonna go gank somewhere, probably bottom, maybe. They're gonna go for the bottom or mid tier 1 with that, and then I think Nyx and Fear will TP in, and they're probably gonna look for a fight. I'm also interested to know what Fear's gonna go, because I think he has to go BKB, because Sand King will have a blink, so he can stop hole from really far range, and then if Nyx gets his Carapace out, that's just gonna auto cancel hole too. So
do you think he's gonna have to make a pit stop at mech first? Because generally he's the mech holder, or Enigma is the mech holder, and I don't think Prophet's getting him. Meanwhile, speaking of Prophet, getting ganked on top lane, Impale, mana burn into a couple of right clicks. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. He needs a BKB this game, but does the team need the mech a little bit more, considering that they're playing a little bit more pushing oriented?
Man, I don't know. I think he has to have BKB to fight. I don't know if mech will be enough, because TA's just going to run around, especially if he can't hold, then, I mean...
How do you stop this team, right? I think that's the big question here. Speaking of top lane here, do you see that Funnick is on his way to Orchid? Already got the first Oblivion stab. He's lasting quite alright, got a couple of kills, got a ton of assists. So, for now, doing okay. Back in the mid lane here, a lot of wards being dropped, a lot of sentry wards being dropped as well. And you talked about the smoke, you talked about the hole. I think Fear is waiting for a partner in crime to come in. Here comes Beatus. I think I want to say it's a little bit harder for them to find these kills, because you don't ever know where that Clinks is. I mean, they see them top right now, but quickly you could teleport in and wind walk right up to you, and your smoke gets a little bit more difficult to use. Back in the mid lane though, Dendy harassing away here on Demon.
Jo managed to take that bottom tower, so I think it's, yep.
Mid lane, they're gonna start with the Malefice. There's a dust, there's a spin, burning away all of his refraction charge. Then D-Slow, one more hit, but the Omni Slash gonna follow through. Blink into Burrow Center, and looks like Bambo's gonna try to TP out.
He made it out.
Wow, that was a close one. Kuroki now surrounded by just about everybody. I think he could have used Ho for that one. He doesn't though. He wants to save it. And that's just a strategical decision on his part, and that's it for the gank. But despite of that, they got 2 kills. Demon's lucky bounces on that Omni Slash, got the Keeper of Light as well. And Bamboo, what a great play. If he TP any second late, he's gonna be dead. Meanwhile, Puppey though, in bigger trouble. He gets lifted back, he gets tossed back. Puppey is gonna be okay though, seeing a support TP in. I'm very surprised that Fear didn't use his hole. very similar to Magnus. You could just blow those early game ultimate just for a solo kill, and I think it's completely worth it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think he wants to make sure they get a tower with it, and I don't think they were going to be able to push even if they got another kill. More importantly, though, Dendi died and he had 1,800 gold when he died, so he's almost got his blink, but they slowed him down quite a bit. He would be level 10 with blink already, and he might have already found a kill, so that was a really well-timed kill.
And very much needed kill as well, because he was kind of snowballing somewhat out of control with those 2 kills on the bot lane. But I don't think Navi's kind of out of it. I don't think any team is really out of it or has a big enough advantage. Once these key item pickup is there, it's going to be somewhat difficult for EG to fight. You talk, man, how does Spambo keep finding these like surrounds? He just surrounded Funnick next to the tree, forcing the Windwalk away. But the key items here for Klings is going to be that Orchid completion as well as Dandy's Blink, which he has already. And we'll see what kind of free pickoff he's gonna find. Maybe maybe Fear was saving that black hole just for this moment. Fear is gonna be going for that going for that mech.
He's going mech.
Which, I mean, it's not a bad item at all. Like, don't get us wrong here. BKB is gonna give him a better team fight. I guess mechs just give them better utility overall. And looks like with that buckler, they're gonna try to at least pressure a little bit on
on bottom. Okay. He's just messing around, my bad.
Drops a trap, scares him away a little bit. They gotta be very careful on the mid lane though, because not only Illuminate is gonna give a little bit of chip damage, I'm very surprised to see not any teleport scroll. Demon looking for that kill for the Omni Slash. Not gonna have the cooldown just for it. Sick deny here from Miracle though. Well played. Yeah, Navi.
I'm interested to see where EG goes from here. They got all the tier 1s. I think they might just farm, maybe all the way until Enigma BKB.
Maybe
well,
they're
gonna
gonna
now.
Yeah, started with a kill here on Dendi on the bot lane and transition to kind of more kills or maybe a little bit more tower pressure. They do see Dendi, but Dendi's got the blink. As soon as he realizes what's going on, he blinks out, and there goes your the smoke's not revealed at the very least. Meanwhile, Demon on the mid lane just dives tier 2, finds a kill there. I did not expect a kill going there. He's going to be absolutely fine as well. He has to spin TP. He's not going to die. As I say though, he does spins, he does TP.
He's going to be just fine.
Yeah. Very, very kind of free get out method. Klings does have his Orchid, but he doesn't find anybody. And I think as long as the 2 supports stick together, the trap will reveal Beatus, as well as Fear in the enemy jungle. You can see that Klings not going there. Klings going to put a little bit of pressure on the tier 1 mid. All things considered, Ishi's doing quite alright, right? I mean, despite the blink and Orchids up, they're not dying. They're getting all these tier 1 towers. Jail's farming okay. He's not leading the farm chart by any means, but he's doing fine. And of course, Sexy Bamboo, I think he's the X factor. You don't expect him to have this level of farm, but he does. He has the Midas very early. He has Treads, and he has 1,800 gold. Looks like he just spent 1,600 of it on that Shadow Amulet. So I think he's gonna die here though. Gonna try to. Oh my God!
Wow.
What a bait! I think he wanted to use a Sprout just to use as a half block, but everybody thought that he self-sprouted and TP because that's such a common tactic. And 2 Navi members just got baited hard. Sick plays here by Boom. Maybe a little bit lucky, but. Well,
he pulled the switcheroo on him.
Yeah, he did. He did. Back in the mid lane here, EG Fear perhaps going to put a little bit of pressure on the mid lane. Just about 1 more or 2 more creep kills. He's going to have his mech. And I gotta say, the fact that he was harassing the early game jungle, he was kind of killed once or twice. You know, having a 15-minute mech and soul ring is not bad by any means, considering you're doing it against such an aggressive team from Navi. So I gotta say, again, all things considered, EG playing rather well.
Yep. Here's the push we're talking about it, but Dendi has a haste rune in this bottle, so I think the hole might finally get used here. We'll see.
We'll see. Then we're gonna see Illuminate to kind of blow up this creep wave. The healing ward not gonna be there. I'm not exactly sure how it was actually got sniped off. Wrath of Nature comes through as well. A ton of damage being dumped on about everybody. And Dendi, oh, Dendi's gonna get found, or they're gonna blow the hole right there. No, they're gonna let him go. Just too many people behind Dendi, and now the chase goes the other way. Fear's got it. No. Man, these guys are just back and forth they go. He sees Bamboo. Bamboo's low. I think he missed the Melt Strike. No, he won't have the Melt Strike now. Bamboo self sprouts, lift him up, and he's gonna toss him out, and he's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, it looks like Demon was able to find another kill with his Omni Slash. Dendi, he's playing so aggressive, but he just can't find those kills.
Yeah. Navi's positioning was really good there. They were kind of like closing in on Fear, and they were almost begging him to hold because Funnick was just far enough away where he was going to Orchid him instantly. But Fear, being really smart, he didn't let it go. So that was a good play. I mean, 60 minutes in, still no hole, but you can't fault him. I think he's making all the right decisions.
Meanwhile, Funnick finds himself a Demon in the jungle. Wards gets dropped down, Trap even used as well, and of course that spin TP. so annoying. You really can't stop that, and that was an Orchid right from the beginning as well. So Funnick, despite the fact that finding his Orchid so far hasn't really used it to create effects, not able to find any kills. Bamboo getting a lot tankier than the enemy team has expected as well. He's not that free frail guy that you could pick off at any given moment's notice. And so far, things are going great here for Evil Geniuses. Their gold lead, about 5,000. Experience lead, decent amount as well, I imagine, 1,500. And more importantly, their item lead. The mech is already finished. Navi doesn't have kind of big teamfight items like that mech. The Blink Dagger on Dendi and the Orchid on Funnick is so far ineffective. Drums is up on Demon as well. And Demon, by the way, I haven't talked too much about him. He's been finding these solo kills on Puppey, on Miracle all day long. And his pocket is full of gold. He's going to pick up himself a Blade of Alacrity. I imagine it's going to be a quick Yasha follow-up through to kind of dispel that blind from Keeper of Light. But here comes EG. Impale's going to hit on two. Is the Black Hole going to be used? Looks like Aegis already got
position here.
Kuroki coming through. That's going to be a two-man burrow. Is he going to channel his Epi? He's going to use a Sandstorm for now. Dendi comes in right now. He's going ham. He's trying to get the kill, but the Mecha is going to put everybody in a decent position. Dendi, oh no, Dendi's low. Dendi's going to be dead. He does have the Aegis, so let's see if they're going to hold right on top. Still, that host being reserved for, I would say, 5-6 minutes now. Dendi's going to basically walk back out, open wounds, and blink. Dendi's going to be fine. He's going to Maelstrom right now. Nice blinding light pushing Jail back a little bit. Fear is really, really far behind. These team fights. Oh, the spin coming out from Demon. He sees Miracle. Miracle's going to be dead for sure. I feel for these supports right now. Miracle's dead. Bamboo threatening the TP and not going to come at all. Sure, Navi used the power of the Templar Assassin, sneak the crit Roche. Meanwhile, Demon comes in. Demon's going to finally die to the double ganking combo of Templar Assassin and Clinks. Meanwhile, EG is on full retreat, but all things considered, EG fought yet another good team fight. And I guess this is one of those games where you say, look, I know I have Black Hole, but the fact that I have Black Hole constantly up and then never use it, it's going to be somewhat difficult for Navi to actually fight you head on, right? They can't clump as safely as they want to do so. I'm not sure whether that's a tactic. I'm not sure whether Fear just doesn't find a good opportunity to use that Black Hole, but I want to say that he has many opportunities so far, but he's just being very patient with it.
Yeah, he wants to make it count because once Hold was on cooldown, I think Navi's going to push as many towers as they can. So as long as he has it, they keep really strong advantage here. Especially since they're playing from ahead, he doesn't have to take the risk. He can just keep it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Black Hole does have the longest ultimate cooldown in the entire game, so it's a very, very kind of big ultimate. Meanwhile, you see Nature's Prophet being annoying here that he always is, chilling on the top lane. Meanwhile, Jo on his team putting a little bit of pressure on the bot. Dendi showing off his illusion, although yeah, it's just an illusion. Then he's waiting on the wings. He's going to be going for BKB next. Oh, well, at least illusion bait out a ton of spells right now. Yeah. Well, micro here by Dendi. So, despite the fact, I mean, let's talk about mid to late game here. On one side, you have a Juggernaut, you have a Lifestealer, you have some decent team fight, and of course, you have the Nature's Prophet who goes pretty late as well. On the other side, you have a farming Sand King, which is quite useless against a BKB Nigma. I imagine he'll pick it up. It's quite useless against a Lifestealer. And then you have Heroes, Templar Assassin, and Klings. They don't go that late. I'm kind of worried about Navi's late game here.
I think they're going to be okay because now they just got a lot stronger because they managed to hold EG off that tier 2, and Krogi was just rising mid, and now he's got his blink. So these team fights just changed dramatically. If EG's not careful and they don't know about this, they might get wiped by a good epicenter.
Yeah, it also depends on where's Demon's ward placement as well as whether that ward gets sniped off, because that ward's going to do a lot of regen. Keep in mind that they have a mech as well, so the healing out of EG is pretty impressive as well. Where's Kuroki? That's the question here as tier 2. Kuroki hiding very far away, far back. And yeah, he's looking for the epicenter. He's only level 10, so Epicenter's not going to be as impressive. Looks like Bamboo is going to be using the Lifestealer Bomb. They see Puppey though. He's going to melt here. Yep, open wounds as well as Rage. That Spike Carapace not doing a single thing. Meanwhile, it's Dendi doing some work. Dendi's on the right side. They see Funnick. The Sentry Ward's doing so much work. Blinding Light's going to push them back. Epicenter comes in right now. Bamboo's not going to get hit, but Demon, however, will. He spins, but you're not going to spin away from that Melt Strike. Beatus walks in, but Beatus, he's going to get found. He's Burrow Strikes out, but the attack projectiles will not disjoint, and Navi picks himself a big kill. And like you talk about, that Epicenter proving to be a big spell. Not only, well, he didn't get too many kills from it, but it really made the EG team run away. And trying to run away from a Templar Assassin as well as a Klings is probably the worst thing you can do. And Navi just shredded them apart. At the end of the day, tier 2 being defended, a 1-for-2 trade in favor of Navi, and Navi got to be happy about this one. Yeah,
I don't think EG's pushing again until they either get some pickoffs or get a BKB on Fear. Because he still didn't hold, but you can't really hold there. And now the fear is gone because Kuroki will always just be waiting. He's going to save his burrow strike until he can get fear. So this hole is useless now until he gets either a counter initiation or a BKB. He can even go blink and try to catch him off guard, but I don't think it'll work.
And the momentum is really shifting, like you said. Navi at least forcing out Glyph on the tier 1, working on it as well. And that mid tier 1 might be a little bit trouble as well. Bamboo, again, trying to TP in, but he really can't rescue the tower by himself. And that's a little bit nice amount of gold into Navi's pocket here. Key item pickup after that team fight. BKB up, now up on the TA. Back in the mid lane, the Puppy really will get found, and he's going to get picked off again. Can't really fault Puppy. I mean, he's playing the Nyx Assassin on the support role. He's been roaming around since early game. He has no go, he has no levels. And when a Invis Prophet comes on you with a Life Stealer inside, what are you really going to do? No support's going to survive that. So he gets picked off one more time.
I think his position in this game is so low level and underfarmed. I don't think it's an accident because, I mean, I was able to recognize that EG just had to, like, if they crushed their laning phase, they would win really fast. And Puppy obviously knew that too, because Puppy's way better than me. And he spent all his time, like, slowing down Enigma. He went top, and he ended up actually getting killed by Bamboo. But you can see still what he was trying to do. He was much more worried about just slowing it down EG than getting a quick vendetta.
Well, looks like the tier 2 push is coming down here. A very key sentry being placed. No kind of sneaky Invis initiation here for the Nyx Assassin. And smoked up Kuroki. It's actually very, very important to smoke up your Sankey or any kind of blink initiator when you want to initiate like this. It really makes them a lot more useful. Here we go, Vendetta initiation coming in as well. Where is the epicenter? Looks like Team Fight's going to come in. BKB on Dendy. He's going to try to fight Fair, trying to hold, but he really cannot be able to do so. He got blown up without using the mech here, and now the return kill. Jail's on the run, but here comes a double damage Templar Assassin. He goes into Beatus. Beatus Vendetta's away. What a play. The Dust did not find him. That's a cute play, and both of them's gonna live, but sure they live, but the team fight is hugely won by Navi. The Blink Epicenter, like you talked about, it is just on target. I think they still want to fight this. They see Miracle by themselves, Vendetta into what an Infest Bomb, and they get the kill there, but perhaps in a little bit too big. Burrow Strike comes in for Kuroki, catching the fact that he was armlet toggling. Gets a kill. Funnick finds Beatips himself, so I'm not too sure whether that was worth the kill, considering that there's double Blink Dagger on Navi, and they made him punish, and I think it's going to be tier 2 top, unless they want to back off and get tier 2 or tier 1 mid. Seems like that's going to be their goal. Meanwhile, Demon still very, very far from home. He has spin TP, so he should be fine. Yeah, that's exactly what he would use. So what do you feel about EG's decision to make pushes like these as we see a backdoor on the tier 1 mid tower? As they didn't exactly win that team fight on the bot lane. In fact, I would consider the fact they lost that team fight. And they didn't have any key item pickup. It's not like they had a pipe or a BKB finish on Enigma, but despite of that, they still decided to push tier 2 on top. Is that some sense of urgency? Did they miscalculate there? What exactly is the mindset on that push?
It was a little risky, but they didn't know TA had BKB, so they could have done it, but the fact that Dendy had BKB, he just came in and was a wrecking ball basically, and then Kuroki came in behind him. So, like I said, they could have done it, but personally, I wouldn't have taken that risk, but I can't fault EG. I think they wanted to squeak out that last tower.
Yeah, notice how the difference of initiation was in the bot team fight and the top team fight. Bot team fight
going down. Nope, he's gonna be fine.
Mech still doing a little bit of work in terms of surviving fear, and looks like Dust was being wasted as well. Yeah, the bot team fight, the way that Navi fight that one, they were playing very, very defensive. They're waiting to be initiated on, and then they counter initiate with the epicenter. On the top team fight, Denny just went YOLO in, and because he has BKB, he can do that. So, and that made Kuroki's job a lot easier.
Bamboo's in trouble here.
Yep, Bamboo's basically dead, silence, impale, Dust. Yeah, no way he's making out that one. Klinks finds himself yet another kill, so despite the fact that EG had a very, very good lead, they knocked down all the tier 1 towers, they were able to pick up an early mech. Really, Navi's making a significant comeback, and it's like you said, off the back of that Blink Dagger and Kuroki.
I'm not even sure if you can call it a comeback, because they were behind, but they weren't supposed to be ahead in the early game. I don't know. I mean, right now, EG, I don't think they can do anything until Fear gets a BKB, and I don't know if they can hold on. It's going to be tough. I think they're going to need to catch Funnick or Puppy trying to invis gank a couple times, and they'll be alright.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I feel that EG, I mean, if they want to rise to jungle like the way they're doing right now, it's going to be hard to actually find kills. Despite the fact that you have a Blink TA as well as Klinks, as long as they stay close together, they should be okay. You know that Bambo's gonna stretch the map open by using Wrath of Nature. He's gonna TP in the lane and farm. Sure, he's gonna get picked off like he just did, but regardless, he's gonna buy his team a little bit of room. If BKB is a priority, you can see that Fear is already close to it. Does he have the Mithril Hammer on the Courier? Not yet, so he's still well off, quite off of it. And
Bambo might be in trouble here.
Oh man. They are just setting a trap, waiting for Bambo. Bambo's trying to win, run away. Cell Sprout, is he gonna make it out of this one? He just flat out TP Sandstorm. The healing war being dropped here by Demon. Kuroki, he's not gonna make it out of that one. The counter gang comes in. The horde of Demon comes in, and well, that was
exactly what they need. This opens up the entire map. They can farm safer, and I don't think they can push anything. But Rosh is gonna be up soon, and they could look to push all their lanes. And I don't know if they can contest Rosh, but they can definitely slow down Navi from doing it, which is a victory in its own.
Yeah, of course, you got to respect the fact that TA could easily blink in with Kling's Wind walking in, and they could easily pick off. Ooh, they see Funnick right here. Is this the first hole of the game here? Teleport comes in. Oh, there's a Sprout. Do they have detection? Yes, they do. No hole. Oh, no. I don't think you needed a hole there, but they wanted him dead, and they will find him. I'm not sure whether that's a good hole, because Roshan, like you said, it's back.
Yeah, I think that's a great hole.
You think that's a great hole?
Yeah, they can go Rosh now. And Fear probably saw that he just picked up a data list, so we knew he wouldn't have buyback. So I think that was very calculated.
Okay. All right. I'll trust your call on that one. And in fact, that's exactly what they're doing. Hole held on for, I want to say, 15-20 minutes. And now they're going into the Roach Pit, as you predicted. No buyback of any sorts. No response from Navi of any sorts. And let's see what Navi can do. I mean, they do have to blink Epi, but there's still the mech. There's still the healing ward inside the pit. And EG's going to find himself a free Aegis. What a play, guys.
This is what they needed. The game, I don't know who's got the advantage now. It's so close. It just comes down to who plays better.
Scythe of Vice is also picked up here on Bamboo. I mean,
the big pickup.
Yeah, that's a huge one, and that makes these kind of solo pickoff. Look at him, going in with oh, if he finds Dendi, Dendi does not know. Dendi, you dead, my friend. Here we go. Open moons. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, BKB refract. Is he gonna make it out? Maelstrike, and he's gonna make it out.
Oh,
he's gonna
be
blink.
Just fine.
Oh no! Oh, Dendi!
No.
He has refraction. He has refract. He's fine.
Oh, why would we ever doubt him?
Well, that looked pretty close. But still, that's the power of this ganking combo. Any other hero right there would have been flat out dead. So, and of course, Dendi had BKB and refraction, so and Maelstrike. So he barely made it out alive, but it now makes it difficult. Like Navi, they want to roam as 1 and 2 and find these solo kills. It's now EG that's going to be finding these solo kills. And again, I still believe that EG, as this game drags out later and later, if nothing happens for 20 minutes, I feel that EG has the game just on the fact that they have raw hero potential. Like, the heroes are simply better late. So, I'm not sure if you agree on that. Juggernaut's going to be picking up a Diffusal Blade. I wonder what that's about.
Yeah, that's interesting. It might just be for chasing power, honestly.
Sure.
I mean, he could go in and Blade Fury and then purge somebody, and his team coming behind him while he's magic immune. I don't know if that's the plan, but
do you know if you could purge off Blinding Light from yourself?
I don't actually know. I bet you can, but I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, I don't think that's the reason he got the item, but it's just a little bit more utility if you can actually make it work. But we'll see. Lifestealer is going to be farming away on the top lane. Here comes Funnick, but again, they're laying a counter gank. Oh no! Bamboo showed himself by hitting some range creep, but that was a range creep that he will last. He's still alive somehow. He's going to get picked up. Meanwhile, Dendi comes in right now. Omni Slash will clean him up, and Demon, oh, Demon's doing so much work. The purge already used. That's another kill. Double kill for, no, triple kill for Demon. Kuroki's still right there. He's gonna channel his epicenter, but he's gonna be dead. He does fire it off. Beatus will get picked up. Gem is gonna be laid on the ground though. Will EG push off of this? It's hard to actually push any outer towers because there isn't any left aside from that tier 2, which is very far away. I think they're gonna push for tier 3 top, do a little bit of damage, force out buyback or 2 if there's any, and then just call it a day. Very great play for EG right there.
Yeah, clutch DD rune right there. If Bambo would have lived, they would actually get the bottom tier 2, but unfortunately he went down. So all they're gonna do is push their lanes, farm the jungle, and I mean, all in all, it's a big team fight to win. They're in a great position here. They still have Aegis as well.
Yeah, structural damage is not what they could hope for, but the fact that it's basically starving the enemy farm, right? You push all their lanes, you farm their jungle, and really they can't do too much about it at all. And once they push out their lanes, they being Navi, they gotta be worried about that global TP gank coming in from Nature's Prophet. Jo, I wonder what he's going to be going for. I imagine Basher is a natural item progression, or if you want to go for something later like an AC, that's a great choice as well. Again, Infest Bomb are coming right in. And,
probably the most important thing about that team fight is now Fear got BKB, so that's big. Plus, anytime you win a fight like this, so convincingly in like the mid to late game with the gem, you take all the wards down, so you get serious map control from one team wipe.
And that's exactly what Bamboo did on the high ground. Looks like they find Puppey, and Puppey's gonna be dead as well. I don't think he could push off of this again, simply because Puppey's not exactly a prize kill, but they might pressure a little bit. In fact, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Here we go, Omni Slash back up in about 16-70 seconds.
I think they're gonna go high ground with this. They have BKB Hole, and Jo still has Aegis, and he has a Desolator, and he has Rage, so him and Demon can just hit this tower for free with Magic Immunity.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. The Blinding Light not having such good effects. The Traps is going to get dropped. The Glyph is going to be used. You can see that Fear waiting to initiate, to counter-initiate with that. Oh, nice pick off here on the healing ward. That's a key big one. But Funnick, he gets purged. He's low. Where is... Oh, no. BKB out. Where's the Black Hole? Black Hole. Well, it did sort of get him. Meanwhile, Dandy's going to pop his own BKB as well. Jail's going to hit on the tower. He's going to get the last hit. Is Black Hole... Oh, no. What an epicenter by Kuroki. He didn't kill anybody. He brought them low, though. Meanwhile, Jail's low himself. Then he's going to try to TP out. He's going to walk away from that TP. He's going to survive, at least for now. Trap gets thrown. He's going to be fine. What a defense coming out from Navi, though. That epicenter just dropped everybody low. With BKB down, with Mech down, seems like EG does not care. They still want to come in. That's a 2 or 3-man burrow strike. Kuroki's low. Kuroki's going to get picked up. Aegis down. Meanwhile, Beatus is low himself. Everybody's low, and it looks like EG, they just want to use that momentum and keep on pushing. Big Illuminate's going to come in, but the healing ward's back, and I think that's going to be guaranteeing the melee and the range racks. What a play from EG. They play so well in that engagement. It looks like Dendy might be in a little bit of trouble. They hex him. I think it's time to go back, and that's exactly what EG is going to go for as well. A little bit of tense moment here as EG is actually not... Yeah, they might just go again. I'm surprised that they are, because all of their ultimates on cooldown. I don't think this is a good decision to go again, because they already got the mid racks. There's really no need, and of course all 5 members of Navi's back on. And EG finally, they'll decide to back off again. It's going to be a long cooldown for EG to find the second black hole, but they have all the time in the world now, I think, in my opinion, to kind of wait it out. You can see that Bamboo doing a split push on himself. Gonna be getting the last tier too, so yeah, they could go back to jungle, farm for a minute or two, get some key item pickup. It is gonna be an AC build coming in from the Lifestealer, and wait for the black hole cooldown and go again. They have the level, they have the item advantage. Rubik's gonna get his blink in the next couple of minutes or so. Demon, Mantis out if that's what he wants. If he wants to work towards Butterfly, that's a great choice as well. The item pickup in the last minute or so here for EG off that successful team fight is just spectacular.
Man, that Purge was a really good pickup. So I think it's specifically for Klinks because they know he skips BKB. So Klinks went up, thought he could snipe that healing ward, and they just made him pay. They just dove him, basically. So
yeah, the fact that you brought up there is very little reliable stuns, reliable disable. Purge going to be adding a big part of that. The entire Navi team Invis up trying to get a pick off, and they will find Demon. Oh, Demon's here. You got to start out with Impale because you could bet he's quick enough to actually use the spin and TP out. Or he doesn't even have TP, but he does have Invis, but look at how quickly he's moving right now. Funnick and Puppey are right there.
Oh, just missed the smoke.
If that smoke cancelled, that would have been a little bit of awkward moment. Beatus does have to blink and blink, lift, initiate. I think they're going to go on Dendy on the mid lane. Here we go. Are they going to initiate with Scythe? That's the question.
They're waiting for Bambo.
Oh no, looks like Demon Smoke got dispelled. And Bambo right there. I think he was in range for the Hex. Maybe he misclicked or something.
I don't think he could see him because of nighttime, even though he was in range.
Well, looks like EG not able to find that kill there. And I think they're going to keep on pushing. A little bit of strange to see them push on the mid lane, but maybe they're going to push mid into a different lane.
Oh, they got Kuroki bottom.
It is actually so hard. I feel bad missing kills right now, but it's actually so hard to get these kind of kills on the camera because Bamboo is always everywhere with that TP, and of course the Nyx bomb makes it happen so quickly. They see Demon on the mid lane here. Demon Omni Slash is actually a big issue for them. It's been a big issue the entire game. Funnick's gonna come out right now as we do see Puppey finds himself a solo kill, but Puppey, will he actually make it out home alive though? He does, at least for now. Meanwhile, Demon traps himself. Why is, oh, he's gonna spin away right now. Where's the blinding light? The blinding light not being used.
Oh, don't
black hole! No! No black hole yet. Puppey's gonna get picked off. Oh. reminded me a little bit of DGC from Nirvana in China 2 years ago. Just pops the BKB, stands around very menacingly, not casting the black hole. Miracle, though, is going to get picked up. He's going to try to TP out. No hope, of course, used for just a measly support. But they basically broke high ground with 3 heroes being dead and EG getting ready to either take another lane of Rax or maybe go for a straight throne.
Yeah, Keeper buys back, but no one fears the Keeper, so I don't know how much that's really going to do.
Hey, man, he's got Blinding Light, bro. I'm not sure how much Blinding Light's gonna do against Rage, but Lume's gonna come in, Demon splitting, and man, these Orchids are being applied on the wrong target. A little bit unfortunate. Melee Rex fully exposed. They're not gonna push through. They still have Black Hole. BKB's gonna be down about 25 seconds. They could wait. They could wait for the next Roshan, which is gonna be spawning back very soon. EG has the entire map for themselves, and I think a lot of people doubted EG, the fact that whether to take a best of 3 off of Navi, and so far in game 1. They made all the right moves. I don't think EG has kind of made any big mistakes. I guess some individual mistakes you call out as perhaps Beatus and Lifestealer try to get a kill on Miracle up top, and a great escape they had with the Stolen Vendetta, and they got killed for it. But so far as a team, they made all the right plays.
Oh man, Mailman, sorry.
Oh, the Mailman came?
Yeah, looks like I didn't miss anything though.
But yeah, Enigma now has a blink pickup, and his Black Hole is going to be such a frightening tool. Just a 4-second disable alone, it's going to allow his allies, the Lifestealer, Bamboo, as well as Juggernaut, to do all the DPS they need in the world. And of course, like you said, the gem has been picked up since that previous team fight, so they have all the map control. And it's just a matter of time until EG going to initiate right here. Bamboo TP's in, not going to find anybody. That's a rare miss here for Bamboo, and he's going to just waltz out of there. Bamboo goes back into Windwalk form. And the way that they're using Nature's Prophet in this game, just very refreshing to see, and so far very, very effective.
At this point, I think Fear can just use this blinking BKB that when they start the fight, I think he can just blink behind Navi and stop the Sand King. Because I don't think Navi can win the fight without a really big epicenter.
Kuroki's been finding these epicenter. In the last team fight, he found, what, 4? But the damage output is simply not enough. The Radiant team, it's just simply too tanky with the mech, with the BKB. It looks like the fight is going to be putting out very, very soon. Funning's going to walk right in. He doesn't have that BKB just yet. He gets Hex. The fight's going to have to break out right here. Funning's low. Funning's going to get broken off. Here's a Kuroki with a 2-man epicenter, but again, the damage is not there. The follow-up's not there either. Kuroki's on the run. Meanwhile, Omni Slash is chasing through the entire team. Denny's on the run as well. Blink! Black Hole! That's going to be on too, and that should be the nail on the coffin. They'll chase out Miracle. Gigi's going to get called Puppy Nose. That was the last team fight. And Evo Geniuses takes game number 1. Impressive display here from EG.
Yeah, that was an awesome game. Both teams really played their lineups so well, too. Navi knew that they would be weak at the start, and then they were strong mid-game, and everyone played accordingly. It just came down to map movements and decisions.
Where was the huge turning point in the game? The Roshan fight that EG kind of... Or not the Roshan fight, the solo Black Hole used on Funnick, and then that secured the Roshan. And of course that was the first Black Hole being used. I thought that was for me the big turning point, even though that was just a solo gank. It was a solo gank such on a key time that EG got a decisive lead, and they never looked back from that.
Yeah, I forget how far they were ahead, but that team fight top where they went 4 and then took total map control was also huge. That's such a huge gold swing.
Yeah, they had the Aegis at that point, and it was basically, I don't want to say it was elementary, but it extended the lead. And well, EG will take a game 1 lead in this best of 3 series for the replay. If you guys want to buy the replay ticket, it's only $3.99. The playoff is this weekend, and we have a lot of great matches. You just witnessed one of them. Yesterday we had some Divine Rapier play featuring, I believe, Team Liquid as well as Fnatic EU. It was some great games. So yeah, if you want to watch on Dota TV, I really urge you to make sure that you guys could pick up the replay ticket, again, for $3.99. But also, if you want to go to the Dota 2 store and check out the international ticket, I do believe they go on sale in less than an hour. Again, if the website is loading slowly for you, you have found the right place. Just hit refresh and crash the server, because everybody else is trying to do the same thing, trying to get the hands of those tickets. Of course, he is Broccoli. I am Luminous. We will be back for game 2, or we might not be back for game 2. I don't know. We'll be back for game 2 though, and we'll see you there.